I'm Howard Tipton, and welcome to Tip Talks. This is a regular video series where we talk about all things Longboat Key. And with me today is our police chief, Russ Major. Chief,
hello,
welcome.
Good morning.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
And today we want to talk about kind of sharing the road and sharing the sidewalks. And in particular, we want to talk about e-bikes, which is a popular thing these days. Chief, one of the great things about these bikes is obviously they can go quite a distance, but they also go quite fast.
Some do. Some can get up to speeds over 30 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour. So we have to be careful and be aware of fast-moving electrical bikes. So when you're on a sidewalk and you're sharing them with pedestrians, bicyclists, even people walking their dogs, you then enter the electric bike into the arena. You really have to be careful and be aware that they are there.
And so one of the things folks may not know is that our sidewalks here on Longboat Key actually have a speed limit, and that speed limit is
10 miles an hour.
10 miles an hour. And so if you're going to be going that fast or slower, we welcome you to the sidewalk. If you're going to be passing folks, make a noise, ring a bell, and then pass on the right. And then just remember that there are all kinds of, animals, people, wheelchairs, folks using the sidewalks that you have to be careful of. If you want to go faster, we have bike lanes on GMD that you can go up to 35 miles an hour, and so we encourage you to use those if you would like. But be careful in terms of sharing the road. Now, we also have the intersection of cars and bikes, and so I know you wanted to make mention of that.
Yes. Everybody's entering Gulf of Mexico Drive, and the idea is to get onto Gulf of Mexico Drive safely. However, you have to take into consideration as the sidewalk ends and meets the road, you got to be careful if you're a vehicle driving up to Gulf of Mexico Drive that you yield to the pedestrians, the bicyclists, the e-bikes, and the dog walkers. You have to be careful. The goal is to get on Gulf of Mexico Drive safely, and it's easy to overlook the pedestrians or the bicyclists. So I just want to make everyone aware to make sure you look. There's a crossbar that enters every single intersection. Make sure you're stopping before you enter that pathway, just to give the right of way to those walkers and bicyclists. And I want to make sure that everyone's safe and that there are no accidents as a result of pedestrians and bicyclists on the sidewalks.
Yeah, it's easy to look for cars. It's easy to forget to look for everybody else. So that's a great message, and we want to make sure we do that. The other thing that when we talk about e-bikes, we think about storage. We want to make sure that we're storing them safely. So if I talk about lithium-ion batteries and salt water, what's the first thing you think about?
Fire or explosion. You have to be very careful with these electric bikes and the batteries that they have. You want to make sure you store the bikes, elevate them. You can hang them on a hook like you see bicycles, or you can bring them into your house and put them somewhere where they're above ground level. It's unfortunate, but sometimes we have storms where it creates floods, water intrusion into your house, into your garage. You really want to get those electric bikes, battery-powered bikes, up and elevated somehow, some way, to avoid any kind of fire or explosion type situation.
We saw that in the 2024 storms, unfortunately, both with electric wheelchairs as well as e-bikes. So we'd like not to repeat that for everybody's safety. So storing them while you're here, but especially when you're away, is very critical. So main message today is sharing the road, sharing the sidewalks, making sure that we understand there's a speed limit of 10 miles an hour, that we're looking for the bicyclists as we're getting onto GMD. And again, if you're an e-biker and you want to go faster, we've got bike lanes for you on GMD that can handle that. So we just want to be able to do what we do here in Longboat, which is get along. We're all good neighbors, and we want to make sure that we're sharing the road, sharing the sidewalks, and doing it safely. So for Chief Major, again, I'm Howard Tipton, Town Manager of Longboat Key. This has been Tip Talks. Until next time, be well.